Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Hell. Good morning, Rabos Field. Good morning, Rabos Sport. Good morning, Toyota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Totmanburg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Bo Waterside. Good morning, River Says. Good morning, Bapuru. Good morning, Cape Mount. My River Edge. This is 50-50 on a Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. How prepared is the Liberia National Police to ensure that the proposed July 7 protest is staged without violence and the free movements of other citizens who are not interested in the protest are guaranteed. Our special studio guest is Mr. Nelson Freeman. Freeman is Deputy Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. Councillor Nelson Freeman, you just corrected me. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open. So you call us on those numbers on 0777 107. Better still call me on 0777 221 223. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. The over-publicized July 17 is drawing near for a protest led by STEM. My question to the operation men is, how prepared is the Liberian National Police? Liberia are tasting chaos and violence. We don't want it anymore. So how peaceful will it be? How will they conduct it? What would be the police function? And how can the police ensure me, who have nothing or damn thing to do with the protest, so that my movement will not be curtailed? My name is Steve Max. We'll be back today after the theme song.
Who's the black pride and dick that's a sex machine dog?
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage, driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Bring it in, we'll make it shine. Fix your ride, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scope.
Hey, they're rushing. Why are you rushing to so?
You Judy, don't give me a hard time, man. I'm going to the bank to get my cash because the bank was so close.
You can use the ATM?
My ATM card expired ever since.
My man, you don't need ATM card. Just use the mobile app and generate an e-token. All you have to do is to just log on the app, you click on Express Cash. Then you select ATM. From there now you select Generate e-token. Then you select the account you want the money to come from. From there you select the currency that you want. If they're Liberian dollars or US dollars, then you put in the amount that you want, whether $10 or $20, you put it in, you generate your e-token. It's simple, like 8 numbers that will come to you. When you get that number, just go to any Ecobank ATM. All you have to do is to just select the C Express Cash on the ATM now. The place where you're supposed to put your ATM pin, that way you pull that 8 number. Then it will ask you for the amount. That money where you generated, that money will come with the ATM will pay you.
So simple. Ecobank has for me again. Oh. I will always make use of the express service big time. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
I feeling thirsty, I won't drink. Give me Bravo, Bravo. I feeling thirsty, I won't drink. Give me Bravo, Bravo. Bravo, Bravo, Bravo water. Bravo, Bravo,
Bravo mineral water, the purest, most refreshing water, packed with essential minerals. Bravo delivers hydration that fills your day. Choose Bravo for any occasion. Comes in a sack of 15 bottles, not 12 bottles anymore. Bravo recommended for babies. Found in all shops, stores, and supermarkets near you. Bravo mineral water, refreshment that goes beyond the ordinary.
Bravo Water. Call us now on 0776 111 100 for your Bravo Water delivery. Drink it fresh, drink it pure, always Bravo. Young boy, young girl drinking Bravo. I feel intestate, I won't drink. Give me Bravo, eh? Bravo. Bravo, Bravo, eh? Bravo Water.
Thank you very much. You're back on 50-50 on the Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM. 3 newspapers available. Verity, Philip Wizard Inquirer newspaper, then Rodney Sears front page. Let me give you the banner headlines for the front and back pages of the 3 newspapers taking the editorial from Philip Wizard's Inquirer newspapers today's edition. But let's begin with Verity. Verity says payroll fraud. IAA paid dead employees for months. And it said a thorough investigation by Verity News has uncovered a damning case of alleged payroll fraud at the Internal Audit Agency, implicating ex-Director General Mr. David A. Kemar in a continuing disbursement of salary payments to a deceased employee nearly a year after her death. Wow. U.S. $21 million on lobbying Liberia and 10 other countries paid to the U.S. firms. A 14-page latest report by a global witness with a copy in possession of this newspaper has revealed that almost a dozen least developed countries, including Liberia, has dished out $21 million in international lobbying fees to U.S.-based firms since November 2024. Carol Center and EU hailed Tamba. Child murder sparks outrage. Grief and outrage have gripped residents of Wia village following the alleged murder of a 3-year-old Adolphus Collins. A terrifying video in possession of this paper shows that his neck was almost sliced. The back page of Verity says, Hammock hooked in mining fraud. This paper has uncovered a classified document revealing how a syndicate of crooked and unlicensed mining companies have been milking Liberia's mineral resources through dubious means. U.S. wants cost-effective model for war and economic crimes court. In a recent interview, outgoing U.S. Ambassador to Liberia, Mark Turner, addressed the present issue of funding for the proposed war crimes court, emphasizing the cost-effective. Devastating floods affect farmers. Farmers in the Wahasa district, particularly along the upper part of the Kahaiha River in Lofa. Mabeni, you know that area? Kahaiha River in Lofa County.
And I know what you're up to. Just do your...
No. There's one place I've never been. I don't know what they call Kahai River. If you're there, I know. I know Lofa more than you. I'm urgently calling on the government for assistance to severe floods damage their crops, increased prevalence of corruption. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission latest report, a copy of which is in the possession of this paper, has revealed a series of ongoing cases that expose deep-rooted corruption. Let's move on to Philip Wizard Inquirer newspaper. Banner headlines at LTA $3.2 million case. Edwina Zakpad indicted, Abdullah Kamara exonerated. That is the biggest question. There are photos on the front page lead of the Inquirer newspaper today's edition. Beef among presidential appointees at BSE, Bureau of State Enterprises. Deputy DG Ford versus acting DG Sanon. Their photos are also here. Government says deadline for nationwide biometric ID rollout. The photo of GMB is here. It's serious. This is put his life and everything on the line for this biometric ID rollout. Proposed Male Lawyers Association endorses Grace's nomination as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. The back page of Philip paper says a man allegedly chopped child to death in Maryland County again. Let's continue to be truth seekers, Inquirer boss, rallies, journalists at radio centennial 12th anniversary. The Inquirer editorial says, let's be intentional in keeping our cities clean. That reminds me of what Ellen Jordan said a fortnight ago. The last paper is the front page newspaper. Bad omen back home. Is biker ignoring loafers' disunity while championing national reconciliation? This $1 million question. Liberia and Black America, one history, one destiny, the true home of return. Unity at last. Senator Moyi and Representative Melvin Cole, end years long feud, stung audiences at United Bank County Convention. As lifestyle disease surge, Ganta Hospital leads fight against diabetes, making a difference. Quote, my actor Davis, diabetes survivor, said, and I quote, if there was no means of getting to Ganta Methodist Hospital, I would have gotten blind right away. From the time up to now, I can't experience that problem again. Wow, that's a thumb up for Ganta Hospital. Why JMB made plea to Trump for U.S. to survey Liberia's mineral. You can read that story. It says China did 2 counties, Loaford and Maryland, and they said that we have 47 minerals, very strategic. We want to know the minerals we have in the entire country. It will give us a better opportunity to plan for the use of our minerals and the management of it. In fact, I'm feeling that it is about time that we know that so that we plan which ones are more strategic and that we can manage them for the benefit of Liberians. The U.S. has the skills, and we believe they too, because instead of just sitting and complaining, we want them to be part of it. We don't have the technology they have, so it would be helpful for all of them to share this knowledge, so we can use it to our advantage. President Joseph Nyimabwaka playing game. Yes, China gave us one. Well, that's one of the 2 counties I want, or comprehensive of what is beneath the ground in Liberia, so that we can plan well. Liberia receives first IFBB World Cup invitation, 2 athletes to compete in Spain. Those are the 3 major papers that we received today. Buy them, $40 Liberian dollars a piece, and you can have an understanding of what is trending on the Liberian media landscape. Today, we have invited the deputy for operation of the Liberian National Police, Scarface, I will call him, Scarface Nelson Freeman. Good morning, Scarface. You want me to call that name? Scarface.
Well, as you can vividly see, I was involved in an accident while discharging lawful duties, sometimes in 2000 while I was assigned in Maryland County. So, I mean, it was a way of, I will call it, mocking me, and then
no,
you know, in the Liberian setting, if your friends joke you about something and you try to resist it, I mean, it becomes more of a name. So I didn't do it, so I accepted it.
But in my face, there's another story attached to Scarface. if you watch the movie Labeni, I don't know, you watch that movie Scarface, right? And that was that. Yes, it means
he's a tough actor.
It's a top actor doing a top job. Mm-hmm. It was the pin in the skin of of criminals. Tough guy.
Well, mine came from an accident.
Scarface.
And I had to carry the scars.
Scarface, let's look at they proposed July 17 protest led by Stand. It was just recently endorsed by the youth movement of the CDC. How prepared is Liberia National Police to ensure Liberians that the protest will be peaceful? Is it on the part of the protester to ensure that it's peaceful, or the part of the police? And what's about us who will not be taking part in that in the protest? Can our movement be curtailed because of the protest? What are you doing to ensure that we move freely?
Okay, T-Max, to begin with, as always, it's good to be on your radio, and thanks for the opportunity to have our voices heard. So, as always, T-Max, the police has at all times being in full readiness to provide the necessary security for the residents of this country, including our citizens and people who reside here. I mean, that's a statutory responsibility that we've strived and done our best to uphold. So yes, to answer your question directly, in these kind of times, we even step up our game to ensure that people and businesses are protected, and that people should have no reason to have a fear of their lives to protest. As you are aware, I mean, it's a right. People, the Constitution provides for that citizens can, petition their lawmakers to, address whatever dissatisfaction that they might have. So I think it's just a right that is being exercised. What we are cautious of is that while you're exercising those rights, that you are entitled to, you should also be mindful of the rights of other people who at that point in time do not have any interest in what your own concerns are. Remember, there could be other days, that group today that don't have interest could have their interest in another issue, and they too could be out there. So we just admonish whoever the organizers are. I understand is STAN. In fact, there was a meeting with representative of STAN with the Ministry of Justice and the Liberia National Police. And there was a meeting of the minds. Like we're saying here, we said to them, these are fundamental rights. There's no way they can be taken away from you. All we ask of you is to make sure that you follow police lawful instructions. The other side to it is that a lot of people who might not have the same intentions probably the protesters or organizers might go into this kind of protest with ulterior motives. So we're cautioning them to look out for people of such intent and to inform us in time so that we can be able to address the situation. So we're going to be out there wherever day, I think it's the 17th from what I gather. When they are out there, you can be assured that the police will provide the required security protection for the protesters, as well as you who do not have no intent to take part in their protest on that day. Of course, your rights are not going to be cut off, but to some extent there will be some restraints on it, because when people gather and take to the street to march, usually there will be a slow pace of traffic. There will be some obstructions, some minor obstructions. We apologize for the inconveniences that will cause the rest of the members of the general public. But you can be assured, that we are out there, and your security is guaranteed. Open your businesses. I don't know if schools are still open. The kids, I got all my kids in college now, so don't blame me if I say I don't know if schools are still open. If schools are open, we encourage people to go to school. We encourage business people to open their businesses. Workers, you can go to work. And I'm very sure, from the conversation we had with the organizer or the protesters, they committed to us that they would do their best in remaining within the confines of the law. We asked them that they can gather from wherever they intend to gather, because...
Then when I was going, what is the starting point? What are streets we got? We have Totman Boulevard all the way to ERW Junction. Are they coming from Kakata? What route would they be using? So if I want to, if I wanted to avoid them, I would take a different route. So what is the roadmap?
So they told us that they will be gathering from more than one location. So all we're asking...
What are the locations?
Well, as you may be aware, the state headquarters is in Congo Town. So they said that is going to be the main rally point. But according to the guys that were in the meeting, they said they will have members coming from the Bourgeois Island. They will have some people coming from somewhere in central Monrovia. They too are not 100% sure of where they will draw all of their memberships from. Howbeit it, all the acts of us was wherever their guys gather, we should allow them free passage up to the point that they will converge and
in their total number
petition their lawmakers, and then so we committed ourselves to them. We give them our voice also, that we will provide the necessary security, or we'll ask them to be, if you are coming, for example, from Stern and using the Tottenham Boulevard towards town, we encourage them to use one side of the road so that at least we can have traffic flowing on the other side of the road. And then the Jarlatham route will be open, so we'll do a lot of diversion from the 9th Street and anywhere in Cinco that goes towards Jarlatham. They will be allowed to come all the way to
9th Street, and you divert them to Jarlatham, right?
No, the vehicles will be diverted to Jarlatham. You know, we used to usually cut it off from the foreign ministry when the president used to reside there. But now that the president resides and work from the executive mansion, so they will be allowed to come all the way up to the unknown soldier, and then they will use the other side of on the LU side to carry their petition to the lawmakers. So they will have the right to come all the way up to the unknown soldier and up to the other entrance.
Traffic will be crazy.
Absolutely.
And that is inconveniencing the guy who does not want to be part of the traffic of the protest.
Well, we're very.
How do you compensate for that?
Well, I mean, we will do our utmost to ensure that people do not stay.
There are guys that are making plans. There are guys that are making plans to go to the hospital immediately after foreign affairs. They will be on that route. How does he get there?
There will be some inconveniences, T-Max. There was no way we can. I mean, every time you got this kind of situation, obviously, I mean, it's not organized by us. There was no way that you will not have some inconveniences. I mean, and we regret that, but it's something that we don't have control over. So, and that's why we emphasize to the organizers to ensure that at least they can get on the side of the road as much as they can, so as we can have a free flow of traffic. But again,
if they don't,
well, they assure us that they will.
If they don't,
I mean, we're very sure that they will, because
if they don't,
they're law-abiding people.
They wanted their how do you call it? They wanted their how you call that?
The permit.
The permit, and so you say they need to get a permit. So, after the permit, it's a different thing altogether.
So T-Max, it's my primary responsibility to maintain law and order. So I mean, it's my hope that whoever is coming out there in the street to protest on the 17th of July will conform to the laws of Liberia. Otherwise, I mean, we will have to compare you to conform.
T-Max, quickly, let me just.
We can't put the rest of the general public
at a
disadvantage because
I will give it time.
A few other persons that want to protest.
So we know about Stan coming from by way of Congo Town,
correct,
to the Capitol building.
That's to the best of our knowledge.
What about those that are coming from? What about the other places that they told you about? What part of Monrovia is Central Monrovia? What part of the from across the bridge they're talking about? Is that coming from Newtown, coming from Ghana's? What area? And how will you coordinate them? They all taking the Somalia Drive road. Is that the common and the route that they will take?
Well, so they too weren't absolutely definite about their locations that everybody else will come from. They made us to understand.
Why didn't you insist that you gotta know? In order to coordinate it, you got to say what the starting point will be, where they're coming from, so that you'll be able to easily regulate that.
So we know that the state office in Congo Town will be that main point. So there might be a late pocket groups coming from other parts of town, and we got what I can assure you is that we got everything in place. We will be deployed across the length and breadth of Monrovia. We'll be on the Somalia Drive. We'll be from the Point 4. We'll be from Simport Bridge. We'll be everywhere in Central Monrovia. So everywhere 5 or 10 persons gathered, we'll manage them and then try to keep them off the road as much as we can until they can all converge to their point and present their petition. And I mean,
Scarface has been in this exercise for a rack of ages, clear for me. We say one thing, we do quite differently altogether. Give me the assurance why something sparks up.
Well, we all will be out there, T-Max. You are the journalists. I mean, I'm glad that the world today is a global village. I mean, we will have drones out there. We will have cameras. We will have all the phones. We will have all the technologies that we can lay our hands out there. So it will be visible for all of us to see. I mean, they've committed themselves.
With the police put drones in the air?
Absolutely. We're going to be looking out for troublemakers too. I mean, we're going to do all we can. We're going to have drones up there. We're going to have cameras. We're going to have every other technology we can lay our hands on.
How will your drone be able to separate infiltrators, people with devilish ideas, joining how will you be able to?
Where the drones do not read the minds of people, but I mean, it picks up actions. So all we could use these devices for would be, for people who will make trouble. If you make trouble, obviously, if you're not even pick up on that day, you can be assured that we got a picture of
you'll
you.
be picked up.
We know who you are, and you can be picked up at any point in time. But not necessarily being picked up on that day, but you can be picked up. No, T-Max, there is nothing to be afraid of. People have always protested in this country.
We have seen results of protests.
Well, T-Max,
so we're going to be guided by the history of protests.
And experience is the best teacher. We've been here 28, 29 years. We've had our own experiences on different fronts. So you can be assured that we'll bring those experiences to bear, and it's going to be adequately managed. Our officers have been cautioned to exercise maximum restraint, being very courteous and firm at the same time, remain unwavering, and make sure that people who take the street to protest will conform to the laws and remain within the confines of
Will
the
they be
law.
held responsible for anything but to go crazy?
Absolutely. Freedom comes with responsibility. The freedom of speech that you know about.
Do you agree to that?
Of course, yes. You don't have to agree, Marty Max, whether you agree or not. If your actions lead to anything on the contrary, who answers?
No, but the point I'm making, Labendi, the point I'm making is start from stand,
right?
Congo Town. Right. Something breaks up. How will you hold stand on Congo Town or something that breaks up across the bridge?
But for stand protest, there will be nobody coming up from anywhere else. If assuming that you had not decided to do anything of such nature, except we can ask you to come over in and you explain yourself when we reach at that point.
Who is the leader of what is the leader of this, the organizer of this protest? So that if something were to happen, were to go crazy, you hold that person responsible.
There were I can't pick up their names, but I know the chief organizer. You were aware of that.
And you give them clearance.
Yeah.
You give them permit.
Of course.
Who will you hold responsible then?
Of course, there is a leader, T-Max.
That's what I'm asking. If something were to go crazy across the bridge, Stan is coming from Congo Town.
Right.
Something go crazy across the bridge. We hold Stan.
Stan inform us that they will
be held responsible.
They will be drawing membership from across every part of Moldova.
So anything that happened
in that protest, of course, the leadership will be there to account for it.
I just want to take you back to your premise. You said when you premised the conversation on the basis that there could be some other group of people coming from a different side that have something altogether different to do, but they don't have anything to do with the protest. If they themselves wouldn't be stopped. But we are getting information also that there's another group that would be gathering on the 17th of July. The essence of that gathering is to appreciate President Joseph Yuma Boakai and Vice President Jeremiah Kong for the effort they've exhibited in improving the country, taking it from a level that it was into the level that now it's better now. Are you informed about that group? Have you received any communication from any group like that?
It seems you got a very good intelligence network, but I haven't gotten such information. But again, today is just the 14th. So we got 15, we got 16, we got 17.
So you have not heard anything? No. You have not received any application from any group that wants to enumerate Joseph Yima Boakai's achievement
to the best of
on the same day of the protest?
To the best of my knowledge, my answer will be no. And don't get me wrong, it's possible while we're in here.
If that were to happen, how will you manage?
Beautiful question. And this is the essence of a permit. Every time you hear the government talking about you need permit for your protest or rallies or what have you, these are some of the essence. Because, for example, if you have two other groups that are coming for two different reasons, obviously
on the same day,
it becomes our responsibility now to say, you know what, you can't go this way because this group is going this way, and then we start to restrain it. These are the essence of having these permits. So
is it possible it could happen that same day?
So for example, if somebody come out to say, we want to come out on the 17th to appreciate the president for whatever he's been doing.
Right.
It's in the wisdom of us, the law enforcement authority, to say, oh, hold on, we got somebody who's already coming up on the 17th, and you're coming out might just, get in conflict with the whole situation. What if you put yours at the 18th? What if you put yours at the 19th? So it's also possible that if anybody,
but it will not be on the same day.
I can't say already because I don't want to anticipate because I'm not privileged to anybody committing themselves to coming out on that.
We asking you hypotheticals. This could be the point we're trying to avoid. We have this we walked this ugly road before, where they have pro we are and anti-we are.
Yeah.
And
Right. It was on the very 26th of July, 2022. I remember.
Those counter protest strategies.
Yes.
I mean, we're not in condone that. I'm not sure as a responsible government we're going to encourage that. For any reason, if somebody were the first and the person has been granted this day to say they're going to perform theirs, I'm very sure, I mean, that even though I got bosses above me, but I mean, in my own wisdom and to the best of my knowledge and my experience, I will obviously advise any other group that want to do something other than what the other group is doing to say, wow, hold, look, check.
What would be your fear?
Can you put?
Why you couldn't let them coexist?
Of course, it could be a recipe for confusion, and that's not what you want. We law enforcement officers are paid to make sure that law and order is maintained. So we cannot trust our responsibility with any other group to come up and try to counter another group.
They're not doing your work. They're asking you as long that they have the right and you give them permit. I have the right to line up what Joseph Bagara as the chief since he took power, and you can't deny them with that right.
IE and Barrow are rival teams. So
but they play on the same field anyway.
They play on the same field.
So what difference does it make?
Assuming they want to have a rally in town. I mean, that's why law enforcement coming to say, look, IE said they're coming from their headquarters in Congo Town and coming to West Town. So Barrow, if you want to go, can you use the Somalia Drive to go the other way around, for example? Because we don't want a collision. We don't want anything that will get us. Confusion. So,
Councillor Freeman, one thing I'm also noticing from your presentation this morning is that you were just particular about July 17, but you're not taking it from the 15. The protesters, the planners are saying that their activity starts from the 15 to the 17. So they certainly going to be seizing the entire city for 2 days. Are you aware of the activity they're going to be having on the 15, 16, and 17?
Well, I think I heard, I wasn't actually privileged to be in a meeting, but I got adequately briefed. I had some other assignments out of town, so I was not the Minister of Justice, but I'm informed that they said they were going to have some a pre-march or so,
right,
and they were going to be moving to certain part of town. But on the overall, Lebanon, what's most important is that the guys committed themselves to us that they will remain.
So you can give them 1 week? Is that what you're telling me? You can give them 1 week?
As long as you remain in the confines of the law, T-Max, it is all right. As long as you don't infringe on the right of other road users,
you would allow them to have. You allow them to have a protest for a week,
for 2-3 days,
for 2-3 days,
as long as they're in the confines of the law. What are the infringe on the rights of other people?
No.
But you already apologize to the public that there will be possibility for infringement, which is Matthias may not be able to make his way early to Sky because there may be people coming from across and traffic congestions may prevent me from coming to town early, and that is going to be done in 3 days. So in 3 days, I may not be here on time to do my show on time because Councillor Freeman says the people have their right. Let them go ahead. Why not synchronize all their activities in a day's time that they can have one event early morning, go to the mangrove, as they said, symbolic caskets and memorialize all those that died. Then they continue.
You allow people to be carrying caskets again. You allow people to be carrying caskets again. Scarface.
And that was.
You allow the government would allow people carrying caskets.
T-Max, there was a clear.
Casket is that disturbing symbol
there was a
of the baptism into violence. You allow people to be carrying caskets.
There was a clear cut of time. For example, if you're going to go petition your lawmakers, as soon as you petition your lawmakers, there will be a time frame given to you to disburse. And even if was disbursing, people might still be in groups to go to their respective homes.
While we are asking you,
yes, T-Max,
did you put it in a substantive category?
Correct.
Not only that, they will be presenting their disagreement with the government, the lapses of the government. They will be carrying caskets.
Well, T-Max, I know. I heard they will be carrying symbolic caskets. I cannot confirm nor deny that because I'm not sure that came up in a meeting to the best
Scarface,
of my
you're a
brief.
security man, a good one that I respect, a good one that I know. What does casket tell you?
Well, it's about symbol.
And so you license them to do something that you know that's bad?
No, T-Max, we didn't license them.
But you allowed them to carry caskets.
No, T-Max, I'm not sure that was a part of the discussion.
But you allowed them to carry caskets.
T-Max, please, let's get our emotions out of this.
No, I'm not emotional.
And let's be civil.
When some of us have been traumatized, when you see caskets, it takes us back to 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Nobody said
let me end.
us.
3 weeks ago, Liberia was putting more or less to a closure of this issue of casket, what it means to our country. Now you allowing people that you might get 3 days to demonstrate within the law, within the constitution. That's their right. You allow them to do this stuff in 3 days.
Hello, T-Max. Nobody told us they're going to be carrying casket out there in the field. If that comes out, I'm sure.
What will you do with that? If it comes on the 17th,
I'm sure.
It comes on the 15th, the 16th, the 17th. You don't prepare for them when it comes. So what will you do?
I'm sure
you've already given them permit to protest, and they come with casket, with ropes to hang people. What will you do? Burning tires in the street. What will you do?
No, T-Max, you can't burn tires in the street. Not under my watchful eyes, T-Max. You cannot even infringe on the
on your watchful eyes. People will be carrying caskets
on the rise of other road users. No, T-Max. There will be some inconveniences, absolutely, when there's a gathering. When we're having soccer matches to ATS, for example, I mean, you know, a certain part of the road is
ATS.
No, come on, T-Max.
ATS is maximum 2 hours. It's gone.
So what is
these guys staying from the 15th, the 16th, the 17th?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that, T-Max. I'm not sure of that. I'm fully aware that on the 17th, people will gather from more than one location to come up to petition the lawmakers. That right is not a right that was provided by me. It is an inalienable right. It was provided by our Constitution. My job as a law enforcement professional is to make sure that anybody who decides to exercise that right is protected. At the same time, people who do not intend to form part of whatever the other group is doing are also protected. So we're just doing what's required of us by law.
What does it signal to you, Scarface, when Labeni wants to protest? Then I say, okay, I'm endorsing Labeni's protest. The conglomeration of different factors and different players in the attainment of that right. What does it signal to you in the security spectrum?
Well, T-Max, again, I cannot control who decides to join a group and who decides not to. So if one or two organizations say, you know what, I'm endorsing it, there are other organizations also who said, I am not going to be a part. So, I mean, is it my responsibility to say who forms a part, who doesn't form a part? My job as a law enforcement practitioner and professional is to ensure that people who will be deciding to exercise this franchise remain within the confines of the law. People who are not going to form a part of it are equally protected to the best of my ability.
Your business is to ensure that
law and order meeting.
Law and order meeting. So it means that you gotta know the numbers that you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
How many guys are we dealing with? Are we talking about?
Well, in this kind of situation, T-Max, it's difficult to be able to say definitely.
Then you cannot continue the issue.
In a soccer match,
if it overflows, you might not have the capacity to contain that.
And this is not a police affair alone. It's a whole joint security approach. Let me let you know that the police might just be the lead agency, but we're working with all the other sister agencies to ensure that there's going to be a turn up. We have our own intelligence gathering mechanism, which I cannot speak to directly on these radios, but we are absolutely prepared. There is no need for any fear. There is no need for people to be overly concerned about this. We have the capability.
So there's only going to be doing Morovia?
To the best of my knowledge, it's
not in Clark City.
No, I have not heard that.
Not in Buchanan.
Except if from other information.
What if it happens there?
To you, we got men up there. You know, we are the most decentralized agency of government, T-Max.
No, the right of the perimeter of your issuance of the permit. Does that permit allow people in different counties?
No, T-Max. So,
okay, I just want to know.
No, the permit. I'm not sure the organizer did not request anything outside of Maserado. I think it was within the conference of Maserado.
May I find out where do they intend to present their petition to the president? Have you people had a conversation that as to whether it's the legislature or the president they intend to present their petitions to? Because at the end of the day, they have grievances. It's not just marching. It's about speaking to the power that be. Where are they going to assemble for the authority to come and meet them and receive their petition?
So, Labani, our law provides that the people will gather for their good and petition their lawmakers.
So it's not going to be the president?
It did not say the president.
What if they insist that they must speak to the president directly?
It's not within the permit.
Then you're not within the law. Then, of course, when you're not in the law, when you start to step outside the law, then it becomes my business.
Scarface is a counselor, so he's now relying solely on his legal knowledge. He said, by the Constitution, you will petition your lawmakers.
Yes.
So you're not going to go to the president.
No.
Because every time, they just a prelude, I don't know whether you witnessed something this gone Thursday. I don't know whether you were informed about that. The entire Camp Johnson Road was a scene of attention when few folks from the CDC Youth League marched through that street. the thing, most of the messages, they were not saying the legislature, they were saying the president. So in other words, you say, take your petition to the legislature will convey the message to the president. Is that what you're saying?
That's why the law provides for. I'm not saying it, Lebani. That's what the law says. And my job is to just make sure that the laws are respected.
What support are you going to give the protesters?
The executive do not make laws. So, and we cannot enforce anything that is not lawful.
Councilor Freeman, before we go to the lines quickly.
The law provides that citizens can gather and petition the lawmakers for their good. So you can.
But why do you want to limit their rights to move wherever they want to move? Why you want to confine them to the lawmakers instead of going to the presidency?
Well, Timas, I'm not the one confirming it. The law is the one who says so. And my job is to make sure that laws are maintained, that laws are respected. So I'm not the one who said people cannot go to the president. If the law has said you can take your petition to the president.
What did they tell you? They just told you give me blanket permit to protest, or give me a protest that will take me from point A to point B, make my presentation and walk out.
Exactly. That was
Is that what they said?
That was exactly.
They told you to the lawmakers.
That was the essence of the meeting.
The last time I had a conversation with the IG,
and that is the only reason why we chose that location, because the main entrance to the lawmaker is through the.
So if you can allow them to come to the lawmaker, just a stone throw to the president. Why they can walk across the road and go to the president? Why you want to waste their time come to lawmakers and lawmaker will take them to the president? Let's do the thing, Scarface, in one day. Because maybe today they might go to the lawmakers. Tomorrow they go to the presidency.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's because they got 3 days.
Because the law says you will petition your lawmaker. That's why there's a whole committee called, I think, the Claims and Petition Committee.
Right.
That is their sole responsibility. So whatever the law says is what we're going to be doing.
So that if they get to Capitol building, or we change our mind, we want to see the presidency.
Steve, you don't want that, and nobody's going to think about. Nobody's going to think about doing that.
Scarface is not telling us about reaction. Action that he would take. Should these people? So should they deviate? You've not addressed this question. Should they deviate from the agreement?
Of course.
What would be your action?
The law will take a course.
To every action, there's opposite and equal reaction. Is that what you mean?
Well, that's what Sir
Let me ask
Isaac Newton.
So, Isaac Newton. I'm quoting Newton in the security spectrum. Right. It means that instead of going to the Capitol building, if they go across the road, force with force.
T-Max, people will be responsible for their actions if you ever get outside the coast,
including the police.
If
the police will be responsible, should you brutalize the protesters?
So those drones that we're putting up is not just for the protesters; it's also meant to capture the conduct of our officers. They're being adequately briefed.
Okay.
They're being adequately briefed. In fact, most of them are going to be carrying body cams.
Okay.
Body cameras are going to be worn by a lot of our officers. We procure a couple of them. We started using.
If you were to detect,
and we'll use them with.
If you were to detect these undesirable intruders with arms, will you shoot aside?
If you're not authorized to carry arms,
and you see them in the crowd,
and you are there,
yes,
we remain within what we call the force continuum. There's a whole protocol.
Explain that logic to me.
There's a whole protocol.
Shoot him aside. Just tell me what it is that you're gonna do.
There is a whole protocol.
Force continuum is the same as shoot aside.
So there's a whole protocol on the use of force policy. So your resistance must be proportionate to the action.
So give me the gun. Is that what you're going to tell him? Give me the gun you get.
Well, T-Max, what I can say, the most I can say to you.
If you find a gun with a guy in the crowd, will you blame that on the organizers of the protest?
Well, if you just will be accountable if you're found with a weapon. If we can establish, if investigation can link us up to that, the organizer have got nothing to do with it, of course they will have to come up to answer to that.
But in the meantime, the person that the weapon will be found will be the one facing investigation.
Usually when the police effect an arrest, they go for the person who's directly involved, and the investigation can possibly lead to other persons who were not present during the commission of the crime.
During the Weah's administration, we witnessed the protest that was June 7 protest. That was well organized protest or so. There were political leaders in the protest. We saw police at some point distributing water on the protesters and things. What extra support do you intend to give to the protesters apart from you just guiding them, move this from this point to this other point? What if they do not have logistics like water or so?
He's supposed to provide them logistics.
I'm just asking.
If I got some water, I will obviously provide.
If you have, or do you intend to provide that?
Well, Alabani, I'm primarily concerned about the guys I'm going to be putting up in the field in uniform.
Your guys?
Yes, I'm looking for water for them as well to drink. So if I got enough water, my guys can have enough, and there's some remaining.
I'm looking at.
For example, if we're out there and we see somebody who needs help, who goes down, who needs some assistance, who we see dehydrating and needs some water, that's just a humanitarian duty. That's a part of our work.
Why were you assembled? Because
when we are assembled,
what? I'm talking about elements of ensuring that I'm free to protest.
I'm going to be in every street corner. You can be the show. You're going to see me. Are you saying?
Will you use that hot water tank
when necessary?
You use the hot water tank.
If necessary.
If this thing go nasty, you go bombastic.
It's not going to go nasty.
No, I'm just asking you. If it goes nasty, you'll be bombastic, right?
We are confident that it's not going to go nasty. And if anybody in that group or in whatever group decides to just get outside the law, it's going to be taken care of swiftly. And as a matter of fact, hats off to them. The guys are sure that they're going to have their own mechanism into place with their own task force to deal with.
They will have their own task force.
Petty issue within the ranks and file. If you saw them the last time I saw them, they had guys holding one another hand and trying to keep their guys together. So yes, they committed themselves to making sure that they will remain law abiding. Whoever among that group that go there with any other intention that decide not to be law abiding, we got the capability to deal with it, T-Max. We're not decisively. We're not going to sit here and try to threaten anybody. Everybody have the right to exercise your right. But whilst exercising those rights, you got to ensure that you remain within the confines of the law. Otherwise,
so he will have ears.
You have to hear.
You have to hear. Let's take our break and be right back. When we come back, call us on those numbers on 07777 GB live on 5050 on Sky 107. Better still call us on 077221223. Use our Facebook page, Sky Communications. Special studio guest, Scarface.
Uptown Garage, where they fix your soul.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage. Driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Bring it in, we'll make it shine. Fix your right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scope.
Hey, they're rushing. Why are you rushing to so?
You, Judy, don't give me a hard time, man. I'm going to the bank to get my cash because the bank was so close.
You can use the ATM?
My ATM card expired ever since.
My man, you don't need ATM card. Just use the mobile app and generate an e-token. All you have to do is to just log on the app, you click on Express Cash. Then you select ATM. From there now you select Generate e-token. Then you select the account you want the money to come from. From there you select the currency that you want. If they're Liberian dollars or US dollars. Then you put in the amount that you want, whether $10 or $20, you put it in and generate your e-token. It's simple, like 8 numbers that will come to you. When you get that number, just go to any Ecobank ATM. All you have to do is to just select the C Express Cash on the ATM now. The place where you're supposed to put your ATM pin, that way you pull that 8 number. Then it will ask you for the amount. That money where you generated, that money will come with the ATM will pay you.
So simple. Ecobank for me again. I will always make use of the express service big time. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
I feel intestate, I won't drink. Give me Bravo, Bravo. I feel intestate, I won't drink. Give Get me Bravo, 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 Bravo water, Bravo, Bravo,
Bravo Mineral Water, the purest, most refreshing water, packed with essential minerals. Bravo delivers hydration that fills your day. Choose Bravo for any occasion. Comes in a sack of 15 bottles, not 12 bottles anymore. Bravo recommended for babies. Found in all shops, stores, and supermarkets near you. Bravo Mineral Water, refreshment that goes beyond the ordinary.
Bravo water. Call us now on 0776 111 100 for your Bravo water delivery. Drink it fresh, drink it pure, always Bravo. Young boy, young girl drinking Bravo. I'm feeling thirsty, I won't drink. Give me Bravo, 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 Bravo water.
Thank you very much. You're back on 50-50 on the Monday morning. Our special studio guest is Honorable Nelson Freeman. He is the 102 of the Liberia National Police. In the same vein of instilling fear, what is the constant raids all about?
Oh, what do you mean?
You raiding the place.
But that's a routine, T-Max.
What makes it routine?
So usually, I don't know if you're not taking notice of that. When you got the festive season drawing near, and that is from experience. Criminals has always taken advantage. You know, the town get overcrowded. You see that the markets will leave from Waterside and come as far as Benson Street, Merklin Street. So criminals will take advantage of the situation to start to pick people back here. A lot of people come from up country to come and get their goods to go back to wherever they come from. And because a lot of them are not very familiar with happenings in the urban area, criminals usually take advantage of them. So every time the festive season is drawing close, we usually conduct these raids to send some semblance of reassurance to the members of the public that we are out here. And
when you're raiding, there's of course why you're raiding. What are you looking for?
And besides the rainy season, of course,
you're looking for drugs.
Criminal high outs, yes. When we come across drugs, or we turn it over to the DEA because that is the sole responsibility. Even though we still got a drug squad, we're in the LMP, but because they don't have anything else other than drugs. So when we come across huge cash there, yesterday a guy was apprehended somewhere in the Garnonsville area with a huge quantity, and we called the DEA and they took charge of that. So usually we go. Sometimes in these raids, when we are conducting these raids, we come across some of the guys that we've been looking for forever.
Have you raised nationwide or just
criminals.
Confined to Unda Morovia?
Well,
Morovia is the melting point.
We stay in Morovia is the melting point. We're staying in Morovia. The other day we're in Ganta and did some exercises there. But right now we're in Morovia. Just to assure the public that doing this, and in the rainy season too at T-Max, that's when the fishing all through the windows because of these heavy rains and all of that. So we're just trying to keep the place safe. And as a result of these raids, actually from our stocks, the stocks available to us, there being a serious reduction in crime. What we have problems with, or recently, I remember I said that the last time I was on your radio, is the road traffic issues. There've been a lot of road traffic accidents, and then so right now we're working on conducting some nationwide driver education stuff as soon as possible. So it's just a routine. It have got nothing to do with whatever.
So after 26 festive season, you stopped the raid.
Well, it always continue, but not on the kind of scale that we got it right now.
What cooperation are you getting from communities?
A lot, and T-Max, and that's why melts my heart a lot. Like this morning, I passed in the Zone 3 area, and you see community members are clapping, telling the police, "What have you been waiting for?" And that's the frustration that come with it. Why have you been waiting for? We've been terrorized here forever. Why are you just coming? Please do this as frequently as possible. And on the other hand, when you get them over, our precincts are already filled. We got challenges in taking them in. So just
you have for the 8 hours legal limitation.
To keep them. So they would take the code, for example, would take those hardcore ones, but the ordinary guys who are just users sometimes at the end of the day. So those are the challenges.
So back in the streets. So it's your time to participate on the program. Our special studio guest, Mr. Nelson Freeman. He is the deputy for operation at the Liberia National Police. Stan will be leading the protest on the 17th, we've told. But they have elastic signs that will start from the 15th to the 17th. I don't know how the police will be able to cope with that. But it's their business to worry about that. It's not my business. I look for a safe place, keep myself from the 15th to the 17th. Labenia might not be here again. because I don't like violence.
And I don't think you're suggesting that I should also risk.
No. You be here. Be I will not be here. You be here, please.
You can come, Timas. You can be a show. I mean, we're capable of taking care of you, making sure that you're safe.
Except your presence in the street is appreciated.
You have it.
Okay.
Okay.
If you guarantee that presence that I want to see, then I'll be here. Call us on those numbers on 07777 You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Let's go to the line. Talk to our first caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Yeah, Tima, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right, my brother. How you doing too?
Thank you. La Bendy, how you doing? I'm Joseph Freeman.
Fine, thank you, brother.
Thank you. I'm Joseph Freeman from Central Town.
Go ahead, Juice.
Signature address is Broadville.
Okay.
Let me say good morning to my uncle, Honorable Nelson Freeman. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. He said I was about to start making plow with you. I said, you spoke the T-Mag, you spoke the Libani. He wants to speak to me.
You my uncle, you my brother. I'm Freeman, you Freeman.
That's good. Good to
I
hear.
will wish you at headquarters one of these days.
Yes, please.
Thank you. And let me appreciate you so much for the platform and for the update. You know, you need to guide the people, and this is why you took oath for. And it is under the Constitution, we must do that. But we need the protesters to be law-abiding. Because if you tell the fish, the cat not to eat the fish, seriously, tell the fish not to smell.
Right.
You got to be law-abiding. When the police is guarding you, you don't provoke them. You don't throw stones. You don't waste water on them. They are human beings like you, because when they cut the police, the blood will come from them. When they cut you, it will be the same blood. So you got to be very mindful, be law-abiding. Under Article 17, Article 13, you should observe all of that. So I think the police is there to protect you, not there to harm you, and we all need to be very mindful. And let me ask my uncle this morning, the people who talking about counter-protest, what are you going to do again? Because for me, I disagree with counter-protest, because we know what counter-protest they all did in the last administration, before this administration. Yeah, Susuru was naked and beating almost to death. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kimia, good morning.
Not bad. Yes,
You taking part in the protest on the 17th?
Well, what we said in civics is not just to be on the street because you want to protest.
That small, simple question I ask you.
Reason.
Simple question I ask you. Will you take part in the protest? Yes or no?
Well, my partaking is that it should be civil. That's my partaking. For me, it is good to petition government structure. But in a way, like they have the others are saying that they want to do counter protest. We never said that in democracy. If you say the other man not satisfied, they are going there to petition the lawmakers or whatever agency they want to go to. But they should not stop all who are going to work to market and business centers. That's our advocacy. So let's just be peaceful so that they can carry on their petition, and then we hear them.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777 You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Better stay. Use our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia. Let's go back to line 1. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Tim Ajlake, and good morning to the Liberian people. Yes, the name is Ambassador Divan Tiapo, political apostle, and I call from District 16.
Go ahead.
What happened is that Mr. Chilake and Liberians, we need to shine our eyes in this country. We need to put our country and ourselves first. I see no reason why some of our guys, some Liberians, some grassroots and commoners, they are joining the leg of Mobile Molu and even people from the CDC yesterday who squander our country, who have already invested good money to sustain them for 6 years. And then what happened is that those guys now, their mission is to make Joseph Iman Brothers government uncomfortable for things to not happen. And then when things not happen under Brothers government, who will suffer? We the one will suffer. Then they have already taken another money to serve ourselves for the 6 years. What they should understand is that if Bogadi will suffer, and then when Georgia come by again,
my man, the people protesting, simply put, it is their right to protest. What is about all this about failing and then winning and all of that?
Mr. Jacek, it is their right to protest, but let you understand that those guys who are on the front line, they mean no well for us in this country.
My man, so then don't join them. Don't join them.
No, but they are not doing well for ourselves. The Liberians, those guys, they do well for ourselves. What I'm trying to say.
But if you don't understand, if you don't want to join the people, don't join the people. We finish with that one there, ba. Thank you. Call me on that number on 07777 You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Let's go back to line 4. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Money.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name?
Thank you. Mataya, good morning. We are still there. My name is Freeman. I'm born here for no community.
So you going to protest on the 17th?
No, you can add a protester, but let me say this, Timas and our police people. I want to be vigilant that day. If I was mobile, I'll call down the protest. I'm denounce it as a no protest because the reason is clear. If you say you favor advocate, no political organization, your protest, you're not supposed to insult the position, and you're not supposed to nobody's supposed to insult you. And let me say, mobile, you put it in problem. Why you not want to handle? The simple, the thing is very simple. They need CDC females. Let me say this. CDC can no good CDC can associate that.
My man, CDC not wait. And now CDC not protesting. That mobile money is stand. And now CDC
I'm coming. Yes, mobile money. They want to say the decision because mobile money allow itself for the youth wing of CDC to endorse a protest, and they will be part of it. And then let me say that day people will go to jail that day. And mobile will be held with some of them. Some of them, I went into community where I live party. We hear for people more like this because the mother will that day. They protest on them. Listen to the radio so that the key and the freedom. What they say, we hear it. And see this stay on early. 12 years, their protest not be peaceful. You can attest to that on generally. So that kind of people, if they can compare to do so no protest will organize by position. That was clear. But if you had a blue, or the yellow, you say you still get advocate, then you allow for position to endorse the protest and also as they get their position. So that's the team. Get them. I'm not perfect and I will not pretend to be one. But that's the four go to team.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Timas.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Clarence came I'm going from Ghana. And good morning, Mr. Freeman.
Morning, sir.
Thank you so much. You know, in the whole protesting, what you really analyze making me happy is the camera.
But you're taking part in the protest. Which one making you happy now?
What?
Are you taking part in the protest?
Go for bid. See, my don't mention I cannot think of my name. Let me just come in. If you protesting for thankful reason, people will reason with you. But you get protesting because you want to be on the street. Then let me come up with this. They protest there is honor too, but I like how Mr. Freeman put it. Why you just schedule a weekend on the basic day that one day? 2, I was hearing you, I think Mr. Freeman that they're going to go to hospital where people are on oxygen, that's where your protest can go. And they may be calculating those areas when police say no, you're not supposed to go there well, and that way will be enforcing it. Protest today, we know Liberian protest, and we know what been happening. But I love all how Mr. Freeman put it. Because the reason is, they will let, even when police say no, pass so, don't do this, some of them will join and more than they want to enforce it. Now they just have to. But then when you look, they will deny and say, oh, they're not protesters, that even the same government poor people among us, they have to support our flow. We know the people more than ABC. Mobile Molu, they're taking leopard skin and put on him. They're leopard skin and put on the sheep. But we know who honor those things.
Who? Who honor them? Who I don't know about. Who honor them?
CDC honor it. CDC honor it. I can tell you. CDC honor it.
But CDC I CDC you going taking part in it.
The same Mobile Molu. Why explain about ex-president? Why he told OIA and denigrate that man? That what kind of character that man get? We are advising my young brothers, my young people, my sons. Your man not somebody enjoyment that will be raising your life. I'm advising all young people, don't go there.
Thank you very much.
Go there,
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777 You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Good morning, my brother. What's your name?
Good morning, Mr. Girate, and good morning to Mr. Labindi and Councilor Freeman.
Thank you.
I'm David Yaris, and I call from Benson Street.
Dave, go ahead.
Councilor Freeman, we know already normally when people are coming to work, the traffic is clustered up and very slow. We also know whenever the issue of protest is arise, business people close their businesses. Most often it's still they don't even want to come to town. And we all know that the business sector contributes immensely to the national budget. So for you giving protesters 3 days to come out, Councilor Freeman, how can you explain it to the Liberian public? 3 days? We all know the economic situation in the country, the free flow of traffic. Highly impossible for the traffic to be very free in the morning time people are coming to work, Councilor Freeman. Can you better explain this to us?
No, boss man. To the best of my knowledge, 17 is the day for the protest.
Thank you very much. 17 is the only day that Freeman knows about. Let's go back to the line, talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Freeman.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
This is Blake. And good morning, Honorable Freeman.
Morning, Blake.
Okay, I'm very grateful for the fact that you are not only answering the question that is then posed by by T-Max, but then you are also providing the legal ramification to our action if we want to protest. I'm so satisfied that the police has given the protesters their freedom to do what they're supposed to do within the confines of the law. And then, just like what you said, when you want to abide by the law, remember that where your rights stop, that is where another person's right begins. If they want to protest, Article 17 has granted that right to us, and just like Honorable Freeman and Councilor Freeman have said, but they cannot go ahead to disturb the public peace. And we're cautioning all those who want to protest that is your constitutional right. But kindly remember that I also have my right not to protest, but to go to my working place in peace, and not in pieces. So we caution our protesters that they should go by the law, and we also admonish the police to please try to guide it so that they cannot steal it out and tomorrow they want to blame the police for their excesses. And I just want to say I'm grateful for the kind of a professional police that we have today. We have a counselor and a law practitioner that is so professional in his deliberation, and I know the police is going to hold it, and this protest will just come and go. We've seen it before, and there is no surprise. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Blake. Let's go to the line, talk to our last caller. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name?
This is Joseph Nimle, joining from Jarvis Market, Bandersville.
Joe, somebody told me your wife told me that you're going to protest tomorrow on the 5th, on the 17th.
I'm already on the road waiting for the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Well, T-Max, I heard you asking 102 as of whether there wouldn't be traffic congestion. So I said, but T-Max, I don't know that one. And June 7, 2019, he went in the street to the protest.
Yeah, I went there.
You know that there was going to be a traffic congestion. Now, T-Max, this is my point, right? Hello?
I'm listening to you about that. You will not listen to me.
Okay. My point goes to police. T-Max, we waited the police their time passed. Be friend, we're not saying people should be violent. No, we don't want that. But the police itself needs to, exhibit a high level of professionalism. We saw what happened in Joe. The police went and used live bullets on people and killed. Even if people, violate, they dealt with in accordance with the law. About the police to, use live bullets to kill people. So we are appealing to them. They should be as professional as they should be in line with the law. Thank you, T-Max.
Thank you very much. That's our last caller. You want to address the concerns raised by the callers? 1 or 2?
Right. I think primarily there are just 2 concerns that I took note of. The rest of the other comments in my mind were all about people exercising restraint while they discharge their constitutional rights. So the first one had to do with what are we going to do about counter-protest. Like I said on the radio, that is not to my knowledge. I'm not sure there's going to be any counter protest. It's for these reasons that we usually ask for you to come for a permit so that we can sit across the table or across the room and tell you who's coming this way, who's coming the other way around. Up to while I'm here, I have not gotten any information about any other group that will be coming out on that same day, on the 17th. And like I said, no, I don't have any idea whether or not the protest is going to start on the 15th or so. To the best of my knowledge, the protest is for the 17th, and the organizers are committed themselves to remain within the confines of the law. Well, Timas, I don't know if you want me to close.
Okay, Labeni.
Yeah, I just want to caution the police, this is not a question, caution the police that I know that to every force there is an opposite.
Thank you very much, 102. The Liberian laws put it so succinctly under Article 17. Every Liberian has the right to assemble, to petition, to express their disgust and likeness about their country. But that law, that right goes overwhelmingly with equal responsibility. Don't let your right stop my right to move. And what the police is saying, yes, you demonstrate, we give you the permit. It must be within the confines of the law. Because Liberia is a country of law, for God's sake, must never be the country of men. But when people demonstrate for the goodness of their country, they themselves must demonstrate that goodness and nationalism and patriotism. If the demonstration, the exercise of your right is individualistic and selfish, then you would have owed us. We would not want to be part of your right or victim of the exercise of your right. God forbid. It will never happen. Newton said, to every force, there's opposite and equal force. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50-50. My name is Steve Marks. Thanks for being there. Tomorrow morning, I'll be here again. Maybe up to the 17th, I might be discussing protests and the consequences and benefits of protest. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.